Lately, I've been experiencing some frustration with Cricut Design Space, and based on a lot of comments I have read on Facebook and other places, that you have been experiencing a lot of problems too. So today we're going to talk about that and what you can do about it when you experience problems in Cricut Design Space. If we're just meeting right now, hi, my name is Nisha. Welcome to Little Craft Nest. And if you're returning, welcome back. So recently I wanted to make a quick tutorial, thinking in my head, this will take me no time at all, and it ended up with a whole day of frustration and me trying to find a workaround to the problem I was experiencing. My problem had to do with getting glitches every time I tried to use the Create sticker feature in Design Space, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. So what do you do when you get frustrated with Cricut Design Space? Because I know picking up my computer and throwing it across the room just isn't the answer. Or you could walk away from your project for a little bit and then come back later, which is probably a pretty good idea. Or you can give up crafting altogether. But I'm guessing you're not going to do that because you love crafting and hey, you're watching this video. So maybe after taking a break from my crafting project, I come back and sit down at my computer, and the first thing I do is check my internet connection. Is it working? Is it strong enough? And if the answer is yes, then I ask myself, is my computer working properly? Now, one thing that will cause your computer to slow down or even cause glitches is if you have way too much stuff on your computer. I mean, too many files, too many programs. It may be time to spring clean your computer. I have some external hard drives for my computer, and these have been wonderful. So what I do every now and then is clean up all my files. So I have one hard drive specifically for crafting. So I've got my fonts, my SVGs, I have videos I'm working on all on this external hard drive because they take up so much space. And so when I take all those files off my computer and put them on my external hard drive, it really frees up my computer and allows it to run more smoothly. So go check that out and see if that helps you with your problems. Now, if you determined your internet is working and your computer is running smoothly, the next thing you can do is ask yourself, is it a user error? Many times I've gone on to Cricut Design Space and be like, oh, why isn't it working? Just to realize that it is my own fault. I either missed a step or forgot to change a setting. And once I figure out what I did wrong, the whole process runs smoothly again. So check all your settings for your project, go through your layers panel, see if you missed anything. And if you're not quite sure what you did wrong, maybe watch a YouTube video like you're doing right now. And maybe find a YouTube video that has a project that is similar to yours to see if you missed a step. And if you're still not sure, ask a question in the comments of that video or go onto your favorite Cricut Facebook group. And so many people love to help out. Just keep in mind when you're asking a question, please give as many details as possible. I love helping people out, but it's really hard to understand the problem when I can't see your computer screen, and I wish I could. So the more details you leave, the easier it is for other people to help you out. So now you've determined it's not your computer, it's not your internet, you seem to be doing everything correctly, and you're still having problems. It could be a glitch within Cricut Design Space, which I know is so frustrating. So here's the first thing you should do. You can actually report the problems you're having directly on Cricut Design Space. So go up to the top right-hand corner of your Design Space screen and click on your username. And then click on Settings. And underneath Application Experience, you can click on Report Issue. And you can let Cricut know the problem that you are experiencing. Now, this is very important to do because when many people start reporting the same issue, Cricut will get onto that problem right away and hopefully your issue will be resolved really quickly. Now, another thing you can do is change your application experience. I love being in the beta mode because it allows me to test out new features that Cricut Design Space is working with. But because it's the beta mode, it means it's their testing mode. So you may encounter a lot more glitches if you're using beta. So if that's happening, you may want to switch over to the live version. And if that doesn't fix your problem, go ahead and report those issues. Another thing you can do when you're experiencing problems is call Cricut Support. And I just did that the other day. Now, I had someone ask me whether Cricut Support is available to everyone, and yes, it is. But if you do have Cricut access, you do have priority calling. That just means your phone calls may be answered a little more quickly. And it also doesn't matter if your warranty is expired or not. You can still call Cricut Support, which is wonderful. So when I called the other week, I ended up being connected with someone who was very knowledgeable, and we troubleshooted together to try to find solutions to my problem. So the problem I was having, because I'm sure you're curious, is when I was making stickers and I shrunk one of those stickers down to make it smaller, that image would totally disappear off my canvas, but it was still there in the layers panel. So that was very frustrating to me, and I wasn't really sure what I should do next. So the images I was using for this project were images I had uploaded. So I had took a picture of these Disney autographs that I had got from Disney. I uploaded them to Design Space, and then I removed the background in Design Space and cleaned the image up a little bit. The problem was when I did that, there were so many jagged lines on these signatures, so many different cut marks, that I think it was just too much information for Design Space. So what I ended up doing was uploading these images through the app instead of through the desktop. Now, the Cricut app has a new feature where you can upload an image and turn it into multiple layers, but you can also keep it as a single layer as well. And it has a few extra options that the desktop version doesn't have, such as smoothing out your design and reducing the noise. So you have a few less cut marks, which makes it easier for Design Space to read. So that's what I ended up doing thanks to the Cricut support I received. And I was so surprised I didn't think of that myself, because I had recently done a video on how to use this new feature in the app, which is really kind of cool, so go check that out. I'm hoping that this feature is available on the desktop soon, but right now it's only available on the app. So once I uploaded all my designs using the app, I then went onto my desktop to change all those images into stickers, and that seemed to work out so much better for me. And yes, I did have to figure out a workaround to this Cricut glitch, and I know the glitch shouldn't happen in the first place, but I was able to come up with a solution for this specific problem. One problem a lot of people have is when they're uploading images, either the resolution is too low or too high, and then you encounter problems in Design Space. So I do wish Design Space had something where we could control the outcome of that, and we knew what the parameters of the size of design were that we should use, and if we uploaded something with a resolution that was too high or too low, that we could somehow automatically adjust that. I'm not sure how that would work from a technical standpoint, but that would be a really neat feature to have. But for now, there are workarounds that you can do. Another issue I see people encounter is when they're designing in Cricut Design Space and a feature or two just does not seem to work for them and they keep encountering glitches. So one thing I like to do is design in Canva. Now, Canva is an absolutely free program for you to use. However, there is a pro version, which I do have and I absolutely love. I have used Canva in a few of my videos in the past, but if you're interested in learning more about designing on Canva, let me know in the comments, and I'd love to do more videos on that. I think that would be a lot of fun. So once you've made a design in Canva, you can actually save that design to your computer. Design Space doesn't allow you to save designs you made directly to your computer. They have to be saved in Design Space, so you can't export those designs. So that's why I like Canva. I can save the designs I made to my computer, and then I can upload them to Cricut Design Space and have my Cricut cut out my designs. I hope you found this video helpful. If you've been experiencing some frustration with Cricut Design Space, let's talk about it down in the comments. And if you figured out a solution to your problem, I'd love to hear about that as well. I hope to see you on more crafting adventures.